deal? How's everybody doing? Bear with me. I'm sick like a dog. But we are still here. We are still here. Still unwell? No, I'm just, yeah. What's up, Tony? I'm just, I'm sick. I'm on everything right now. I'm on some Tylenol, some Mucinex, some Advil, some Zyrtec, some Afrin, some Saline. I'm on, like, I'm taking everything. I can't move today. Yeah, I've taken Tylenol, arthritis, fucking Excedrin, migraine. I've taken everything. Bro's a test experiment now. Yeah, like, you got some shit that'll work? Let me know. P-Wix's liver. True. I'm gonna add on to it right now. That liver needs to start breaking down some protein right now too. Smelling salts? Yes. You know what I did? No, not smelling salts. That little, the menthol smelling thing. You know, it smells like menthol, like the Vicks thing. But it wasn't Vicks. It was like Chinese or something. Some protein and some Tylenol. Awesome. You need 2 old antibiotic pills. Here's the thing with antibiotics. You got to go on the whole cycle. Otherwise, you're just feeding the bacteria. Tiger Balm? No, it's not Tiger Balm. Tiger Balm is the one that, like, you rub. But I got the other Chinese one. It's like in a little net, and it's got the little leaves in it. And you just open it and you smell it. And it clears up your sinuses. So you know what it is, gang, right now? Like, we're like, yeah, there's the ranges are pretty massive, but they're still ranges. Like, not massive, but they're big. There's enough space in the ranges to trade, but they're ranges. And the reason we're ranging right now is this is a very slow week. We have had no catalysts to drive the market. We've had no monetary policy news. We've had no unemployment news. Well, I think unemployment's tomorrow, day after tomorrow, actually, on Thursday. But yeah, that's the deal. Now, let's mark up some ranges, but we haven't had a massive catalyst for any kind of push, so wow, this faked back out. This will be interesting. Maybe we come up with a top wick and flip on the daily, but the daily did close bearish and back below range, right? And if you close, like, well, back into a range, this. You had your range here, and your range here, and your range here, right? Now, see that? We see that, right? We closed below right there. So we closed back in range, faked out, never filled it, and then closed back into this range on a fake out. Typically, we'll tap a resistance, a stronger resistance, which runs across here around 2320 area, and then come down. So let's look to see if we can tap 2320. We haven't done it on today's candle yet. The 4 hours closed bullish, but still below that area. Even on the 4 hour, if we look at the 4 hour level here, also closed below. We didn't have a bottom wick. We've created one on the previous candle. Now we're making a top wick. Highly likely this little area fills here. Let's just drop down to the 1 where we're ranging like a mother. Let's drop down to the 30. Let's see if we can establish this range. You know, when we range like this, so you'll see there's a difference between this, right, and this. And when this happens, when these kind of candles print, when this kind of price action prints, I like to go down to the smallest of time frames, and I'll typically go down to the 5 here, right? Not to the 1. I won't go down to the 1, but the 15 and the 5 will give you a good indication of a really tight range, right? And let's drop down. We can look at the 15. The 15 will make sense here if we, right? Perfect, because above there we get a ride up, but below there, oh, look at that. That's a nice rejection here previously in the market. So yeah, this would be a solid level here on the 15. Let's look at the 5. We get any closures above on the 5? We don't. That's the extent of our 5 level. It's a solid area. And above it, look, above it we ride up, so really solid off the 5 and the 15 here, and we'll do the same thing to the bottom of this range. Okay, the 23, you see, 2311 is more of a minor level, but that's where we are. We're in this minor range. It's not really a major range. On the higher time frame, we're still moving up and down. We're not moving sideways. On the smaller time frame, we're as sideways as it gets. So let's be patient. Typically, when we're stuck in ranges like this, you want to come up and either tap a resistance or a support or break out above it. And I tend to look at a closure back into the range whenever we have a tight range like that. So if we were expecting, if we go to the daily, right, and we're expecting somewhere around here, 23.19 for a top wick, roughly. 23.19.5, that's a solid area for a top wick on a daily. And if that's the case, can we get a push outside this little range that we're stuck in, right? Can we get a closure above, push up, and then close back in the range? Something along the lines of, oh, oops, sorry, wrong candle. Something more along the lines of this. If we were able to do that, right, close outside, come up here, top wick, and close back in the range. Let's make it prettier, like this. It's got a double wick. This is it's a Siamese candle. It's got 2 wicks attached to each other. I don't know if you guys ever seen Siamese candles, but yeah, it's like Siamese twins, but it's a candle. But anyway, if we can do this and close back in range, then we will look for shorts and fill the range down and possibly, and this is a gym candle. This one goes to the gym. This is a juice head candle. Takes all the protein, all the tests. Okay. Big difference here, gang. Siamese candle. Gym candle. Gym Siamese candle. This is the medication talking, chat. It's that Tylenol mixed with the Zyrtec and the Mucinex and the Advil. You're so lucky I didn't take a fucking NyQuil. I'd be talking dinosaurs right now. Dude is the final candle boss. Word. We've also, I gotta say this, we've also, right, we came down, created a, this fucking thing, we created a support, right, so we've created a support here, retested it, and rejected again. So there's a chance this comes up, but if this does come up, once you're above this area, once we have clear closures above here, you want to see price, as always, attempt to break down here and fail. Right, so you want that wick into this range, but you just don't want that closure back into that range. And then the key here, if you are going to look for this position, is not to look for wick entries. In these cases, this is where you look for flips. In a tight range, you can't look for a flip entry because chances are you're probably coming back into that range. Because on a smaller time frame, the market is still, right, on this wick on the small time frame is still these 5-minute candles, or 15-minute candles, depending on if this is an hourly or 4-hour. But on the small time, you're still getting these closures below the range, right? So you can't take up this bottom wick while you're closing below the range on a small time frame. You're gonna have to see these closures below, then you're gonna have to see an attempt to come back up, fail, and come back down. This is when you would take the sells here, and this flip is when you're taking the buys here. You have to be patient when it's ranging like this, because a lot of times you guys will take, right, this as it starts breaking out, right, and you're in a position here. Meanwhile, the candle, you're in a position at this area. Meanwhile, the candle just rejects and way down we go. You have to be really sure that you're getting closures outside the range, that you've retested these areas, found a proper support on a smaller time frame where we can bounce up off of, and that you're coming back out of that range. So you're gonna have to find a support or resistance outside the range before you're taking a position, because it's highly likely you come back into this range once breaking out. It's been a whole, almost a full New York session sideways. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. The European public holiday market does not move a lot. Okay. Can I help you? Can I help you? No. 33, but can I help you? Can I help you? You going where? You going to sleep? And you're taking the iPad? Give me a big hug. No, you give me a big hug. I'm over here. Go ahead. I love you. Are you going to my bed? You always fall asleep on my side. All right, I'll carry you over to your bed when you're sleeping. Love you. Hold on, gang. I'm watching the Rangers game too. I'm going crazy over here. We're down 2-1. Oh my god. Need to take a week off, leave the gulag to fend for themselves. I enjoy this. Like, I enjoy streaming. I enjoy, you know, the conversation. Like, I obviously don't enjoy sitting in drawdown or all that shit, but it's like, it's what I do. I know what I do, right? So it's not a drag for me. It's like, I look forward to it. But yeah, honestly, I should have probably taken tonight off. Just looking at the market, looking at the range here, like, there's quite a few things that need to happen here, right? Gotta be extra locked in to make sure. I know people took positions here, right? And then I know people took positions here, and you gotta be very careful in these situations, right? We had some nice positions this morning too. I had a pineapple this morning. Call it, take a nap. No, we're gonna see if this session is able to push out this outside this little 50 pip range that we've set up. But I took so much meds to be here on stream that, like, you guys are stuck with me at this point for now. As an Asian session trader, what do you say describes it compared to New York session? That's not correct. I trade New York and I trade session. I just stream Asian, right? But, well, I stream New York too when we have a chance. It's just New York session has a lot more catalysts for volume, so naturally you see more opportunities because New York tends to be a driving market, not a ranging market. And even if New York Rangers, even if New York session ranges, it has enough catalysts in it to give you a trade or two throughout the session regardless, right? Because you have the NY open, you have your COMEX open, you have your NYSE open, you have your London close, and you have the pre-NY, which is the London New York overlap, right? So you have all of that within one session, and it's guaranteed. So all these catalysts for the market to drive are guaranteed every day, right? Regardless, like news, no news. Plus, you also have news for the majority of the days in New York. You have red folders quite often. Asian session, you don't have any of those things, none of those things, right? And you don't have any news ever. Like, JP's not coming on here at fucking 9 p.m. You know, the only time Asian session has like wild news is when Trump tweets, and that's why I used to love Papa Trump in office, right? Because mean tweets would drive the market for whatever session we were in. Sometimes he'd throw out a mean tweet at like 9 p.m. and boom, off to the races we go, right? And then the market runs all night. Trump was a fucking gold mine for the Forex community. Should have taken a night off. Speak for yourself, Eddie. For real though. Yeah, hold on. I got to blow my nose. Fuck. Wait, hold on. You guys didn't hear the band? Eddie, did you hear the band? You guys didn't hear no. All right, what I was going to do, I completely fucked up, I guess. I was saying the neighbor is having a crazy ass party. He's having like a real bougie party. I'm over here talking to myself. That's funny as hell. Check this out. Oh, the music's come down a bit. They had like a, it was way louder. They got a live band and shit. You guys hear that? Did you guys hear any music? They had a fucking loud ass band playing a second ago. He's cooking up a storm over there. I'm gonna go fucking ask him if he's got some butter or something. Oh, there we go. They're pumping it up right now. Oh no, that's the DJ now. Yo, they got a live saxophone player. Yo, there's a dude on a saxophone right in the middle of the yard, just big party over there. Yeah, my neighbor's dope. Yeah, he's funny. But yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, so what I was saying is, it was the first stream I joined last night. I hopped on the L train, but overall, this nice place to be. You chill as fuck, bro. It's crazy how we won 31 trades in a row, and then you show up for the first loss. We haven't had a loss since March 3rd, and you show up for the first one, and that's your first stream. Well, guess what? It's like 99.9% chance we like the unlikelihood of us losing 2 in a row. So I mean, you can look at that as a good stat. But yeah, gang. Yesterday took up, I think, the last 8 days of work for me. Not too much. Not 8 trades, about roughly 8 days. I think if I go to the 1st to the 30th. Yeah. He's bad luck. Kick him out. Rangers need to wake up. I know. I don't know. Carolina's out hustling them on every puck. But yeah, we haven't had a loss since March 3rd, and then now we had a nice W this morning. I had pineapple this morning, but outside of that, I mean, we're back on the right track. Did that trade hit stops? No, we closed that trade. I had an initial position and 2 pineapples. It was, let me look, it was 96 pips. 96, 64, and minus 37. So that was it. It was 3 positions. One was minus 96, one was minus 64, one was 37. Said, okay, I'm gonna leave then. Bad luck. Some dude still on that trade? No, I just like. We out. Still in that trade, down 137 pips. Hey, I might come back, but I just, since that trade, I've already had like 3 trades. Right? So, or 3 positions. I've had a break-even position. I've had 2 winning positions, and if I was holding that trade, I probably wouldn't be trading, right? Holding that trade, but within this range, we've had positions in the morning. What's happening with gold? Gold is not a mess. Gold is in a range because it hasn't had anything causing it to leave the range. There's, like I've said numerous times already in the stream, that we haven't had a catalyst for gold to drive anywhere, and this week is very short on red folders. Scores! Fucking let's go! Let's go! 2 up. We just scored, baby. Woo! Alexis Lafreniere. That's how we got you as the #1 pick, boy. That's right. The other team's coach is just chewing gum like he's about to chew through his jaw. That's what you get. Woo! What a goal. Made a lot more than 150 pips in the last 30 wins in a row. It always works out. Yeah, like 7 or 8 times more, or 6. Yeah, no, way. Yeah, we're way ahead. We are way ahead. I'd have to take like 3 or 4 losses like yesterday to come back. Yesterday I was already awake for 2 Asian sessions, 2 pineapples, and an average of 23, 29 to stop 20 TP for V, and got stopped out by spread. Damn, Eugene. That's crazy. Cool story, bro. Oh, cool story, though. Cool story, bro. What's your thoughts on Canucks Oilers? I don't think either one of them is making it to the finals. It's going to be Dallas versus the Rangers. I thought it was going to be Vegas, but in general, it was going to be the winner of that series that makes it to the finals. Vegas and Dallas are both better than Oilers and Canucks. This week is dead. Hardly any important events yet so far, but on Thursday and Friday we have some folders. Chat, give me a sec. I gotta go piss like a racehorse here. Oh, he's killing it outside too. Hold on. Woo! I'm about to go to the neighbor's house and dance. Yo, he is having a fucking wild time over there. Yeah, it's the saxophone guy. I wish this camera was long enough so you guys could could see, but you can't. You can't see over the fence. You're mute. I'm not mute. You're mute. All right, hold on. I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back. TTE, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, bro? What do you think today, sell or buy? What do you think, sell or buy? I think range. TTE in the building. Y'all better give it up, yo. That's right. In the building. Oh, punched in the face. Yo, the Rangers need to do something right now. Can't lose at home. Cannot lose at home. Gang, we're in this lousy little smaller time frame range. Well, small time for the 30s, the ones, right? The 4s, the dailies looks great, right? But we're gonna need to come up here and create a steeper top wick on the daily, because it's not really rejecting off anything here. It's rejecting off this area 1698, but this is after the fact, right? Like this line is established here after that rejection, not before. So I'm gonna look for us to break out above 2317. Once we're above 2317, we'll look for candles to come back, retest the range below. Yeah, ranges are having, the thing is, they're great special teams team, right? Like they're great on a power play, they're great at the penalty kill, but number one, Carolina is better on both overall throughout the year, and in a 5-on-5 game, I think Carolina takes them. Rangers have been terrible on 5-on-5, well, not that great. So I think Carolina's a bit more physical. The good thing about the Rangers, right, is they start off hot. They're a first period team, but they've never been a second period team, really. Like I think physically, I think Carolina's more fit physically. But Rangers are more skilled, more talented, even though Carolina's more fit. The Rangers have a better goalie, right? Like much better goaltender. So I think whenever they get these power play opportunities, they gotta convert. You see, like last game they went 2 for 2. Now they can't fucking buy a power play goal. Push your mic closer to your lips. Got you. How about now? How about now? Is this better? Hold on. Is this better? Perfect. Perfecto. I'm gonna get the movie phone guy voice. This summer, the bird and the leaf. One is flying, one is blowing. Which will go higher? Find out. this summer. I need to up the dosage on these meds, yo. Who's got a pharmacist? Oy vey. Oh, there goes the Yiddish coming out of me. The Jamaican just came out of me. I am the pharmacist. You a apothecary. You ain't a pharmacist. You're an apothecary. The guy's like, the fuck is an apothecary? I don't even know that word. It is a herbal healer. It's basically like a street pharmacist. The Jamaican came right out of me with that oy vey. You know what it is? The Rangers should have just fucking gave the refs a little more money. Whatever they're paying them right now is not enough. They got to pay the refs what the Knicks paid the refs, because the Knicks, the Knicks get calls like, I don't know, like 2 series in a row. The Knicks, at the end of the game, I don't know what they're paying the refs, but the Rangers got to find out so they could do the same thing. Need to drop the gloves. No one's dropping the gloves with Rempe. A guy's like fucking 6'19". Who the fuck's fighting him? You're gonna need to hit him with a stick. Shit. Day time frame is tough. Chop everything up. Need a leader candle to close outside the range. Oh, the gladiator candle. Yes, that's what our thumbnail is. The gladiator candle. What do I think? I think on the daily we faked out on the daily. That's what I think, right? I think we closed above trying to come up, and now we had this closure, because if you clear everything, right? If you remove everything here, I think we faked out and we're going to come down and test the bottom of the range on the daily. But I'm not convinced that this is the top wick. I see it like this, right? You had a level. This was your range. You closed below, you came down, filled that range, came up. Right? And even if you want to say, all right, this was the range, you still closed above here, right? And then next candle came up, made a top wick, and on the daily closed back in range. So now we're back into this little range. So I think a top wick here. I was looking for a top wick to this area. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's clear this out. I was looking at it like this. So you have your range. We have a fake out back into the range here. And we have a top wick, and I was looking for a top wick on a daily to come up to here, 2320 areas. That's what I was looking for before the flip, because this is a strong resistance I think we need to tap, right? And it'll also create the motion, which is kind of like a head and shoulder area, right? Boom, boom, and you'll need to tap. But if you do it all in one candle, tap it and drive down, that's your zucchini, as we're used to calling it in our streams, right? The lingo. And I'd still expect us to come down here. So this is the daily now flipping for today, right? The problem is we're in a smaller time frame range. So I don't know if this daily flip will stand. I don't know if it'll just flip here, grab some orders, and come back up to create a steeper top wick, right? That's why I'm a little hesitant. The daily just started. So even if it flips here, it doesn't mean that it's going to fill the range. It can fill the wick down, but it doesn't mean it will. Highly likely it breaks this low here and then comes back up, creates a steeper top wick, and then tomorrow, or for New York session, will be the catalyst to drive, or London, because look at this overall higher, smaller time frame range, kind of stuck in here. That's what I think. But this is the daily flip here, right? Let's get to it. I'm of a big belief that this top wick needs to be steeper. If it's not, great. It'll come down here. We'll get a closure outside the range, and we'll eventually take position based on a smaller time frame. But everything needs to line up, right? Top-down analysis, the daily, the 4, the 1, the 30, the 15, they need to be telling the same story at the same time. Otherwise, we're either wrong or we're early timing-wise, right? So you want to make sure your time frames are telling the same story at the same time. Higher frame is king, very clear on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's very clear on the daily. Right? You can just take this off the daily knowing this bottom wick's going to fill. But is it going to fill now or is it going to fill after we create a steeper top wick here for 80 pips? I do agree with you though. This is so interesting on the 4. How many pips is this? 10? 15? What's the advantage point here? Bottom of the range. Let's see. Five has not had a closure below this area, and this 5 closes in 50 seconds here. So maybe if we can take advantage on the 5, how much room is there here? Closes in 30 seconds. The 15 closes here. Four, 3, 2, 1. No bottom wick here. No bottom wick on the 5 or the 15. So what you don't want this to be, like I said, the daily flip, right? Look, the daily flip, probably a bunch of people got activated on that flip. And it comes back up. What you don't want is for it to come back up, create a steeper top wick. Which it can, right? Like, but if it comes up to tap the daily resistance that we spoke about and then flips, then you can be comfortable and confident in the drive, right? Here, yeah, it can drive, but the confidence level isn't there. It's you become very impulsive during a position that you know would likely or highly likely re-break the highs and go against you to grab that top wick, right? So if you know that and then you're stuck in that position, then you're kind of like, all right, like you'd rather be stuck in a position you planned for in drawdown than stuck in a position you didn't plan for, right? Like which one would you rather be in? Even if it's going against you. Like you'd rather be in a planned position in a bad situation than in an unplanned position in a bad situation, right? And I'm not saying this can't drive down. Like this might just be a top wick on the 15 for us to continue down, but there's quite a few indicators saying not yet, right? The fact that there's no bottom wick, the fact that the daily and the 4-hour hasn't created the top wick price action wise that you'd want. So just be patient. Yeah, the one you planned, exactly. Like because the one you planned for, it won't be as impulsive, right? The one you've planned for, you have actually a plan for being in that area. Is that the 15 flip? Close below. I could close below everything here. I wish this 15 had a bottom wick. So what might happen here, you might flip and drive. I don't know. Well, hold on, let me see. I was gonna say, let's wait for this 5 to create a bottom wick. So this 5 closes in 2 minutes. The issue is you might, once you break this low, it might actually be a drive. So I'm gonna let this 5 come down, break the low, and see if the 5 can leave a bottom wick. How much range is there? This is a lovely top wick though that the 5 grabbed. That's the issue for a lot of people who chat. Like when you guys ask me, what should I do in this situation, right? You're stuck in a position that you didn't plan for. So you're not sure what to do, right? So the impulses are coming out, right? The lower quality decision making is taking over. And you want to avoid that, right? Wow, the fucking Hurricanes just scored. This is crazy. Where's the defense, yo? 2 fucking Hurricanes fans in the entire Madison Square Garden. But if you're in this bad situation that you planned for, you have a plan for everything you need to do, you're not panicking. You're just simply like, there's no questioning. There's just, you're simply just acting out based on your parameters, on your variables, on the plan that you've prepared. Plan your trade your plan. Well, yeah, I just spoke about it. That's the whole reason I'm saying. That's what I would say. It's just, it keeps away the impulsiveness, the irrational decisions, the lower quality decisions. Because when something's approached with a plan, right, you've sample size, there's a reason you have that plan. The reason you have certain mechanisms in place are because you've lived it and you've made adjustments to put those mechanisms in place, right? No matter what it is, like risk management, entries, breakdowns, you know, going over levels. Like, there's a reason these mechanisms are in place. And they're just variables in your plan, right? They're in your equation that you get to plug in. If you're not trading your plan, or if you don't have a plan, you shouldn't be in a trade, because you will get impulsive. You will get manipulated by the market, and once the market manipulates you, that's it. It's won. The market won, not you. You have to be in control of your trade, not the market. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good trade last night. Well, guess what? That trade was according to my plan, and I didn't need to sit there guess. Everything in there, everything I did, everything pineapple, everything's based on my logic. It wasn't right. It wasn't my trade, your risk management, like most of you guys do. Like, or your trade, my risk management. Like, it makes no sense. It was my plan, my risk management, and my execution. Everything. Start to finish, there was no impulsive. I didn't need to guess. I didn't need to. I act based on the plan. Yeah, now you just gotta execute like a machine. And it makes risk management a lot easier, a lot simpler. Rely understand the systems. Yes, there's a reason that system is in place. Did you explore dynamic sizing versus yes? And just for me personally, I work better with fixed lots. Chat, by the way, drop a like, sub to the channel, and go follow the IG. The 3 things outside of taking a W that I want you to do here. Oof, look at that. We broke the high, huh? 30 closing here in 6 minutes. Why are we not continuing down here? I don't know. I don't know why the market is standing in one spot. The reason we're in a range is the lack of catalysts to move it. Why are we not continuing down to the bottom of the range or to the top of it? I don't know. I wait for it to tell me what it's going to do, and then I'll join it. Like right now, we're printing side by side because of a lack of catalysts to move the market. That's it. I do have my own funded account, which take my own trade, but I want to open live account, copy Don's and yours. However, how do I calculate the risk because of a variety of stop loss sizes? I would say at first. Okay, so put it this way. You want to be able to add at least 5 times your original position. So let's make sure you have enough margin for at least like 5 pineapples. If you have enough margin for at least 5 pineapples, you should be fine. It's maybe once a year we'll have 5 pineapples. It'll never happen. But that's maybe enough how much risk you want to have left over. You managed to get out the trade yesterday? Yeah, I got out. I got out in a loss, but I still got out. It wasn't stops. Your live is better, just accept the bigger drawdown compared to a prop firm, 3% daily, 10%. I mean, yeah, you're better off trading your live, but if you can definitely take the funding company for all their money if you know what you're doing. You just got to know what you're doing, and most people don't know what they're doing when they get a funded account. That's the issue. Celtics cooking? I don't even have the basketball game on, but like, yeah, they should be cooking. It's the Celtics. I got the Timberwolves winning the whole thing this year, though. After what I saw yesterday, what they did to the Nuggets in Denver, I don't see anyone stopping them. You dab and wax, dab it wax. Nah, I got a joint roll over here. I got this little, it's a hybrid. It's a sativa dominant hybrid vape, and then I got this little Raz. It's gonna move when I'm sleeping, so let it move when you're sleeping. Who cares? It always moves when you're sleeping. Guess what? It moved over here while before you were even a trader. Like if you go to like over here, 1980s, 1970s area. Look at this shit. Look at all this movement up to 2000. You missed all that shit. Look at this push straight. Come on. You missed all of it. Starting around like 2000. Why you get FOMO now? Why don't you get FOMO for the last 20 years? You ever heard of Puffco? Yeah. Do they want to sponsor the stream? Yeah, there's a couple of sponsors right now that are competing for this slot over here. This empty slot below. Right. This empty slot right there. There's a few companies competing to take that billboard space over there. Right below Wix 9. Is that a Raz vape? Yep, this is a Raz. You bet your Raz it is. See what I did there? Breathe air. Whatever, bro. The speed limit says 65. You still do 80, right? No one's sitting over there telling you, do speed limit. No. Matter of fact, I see the speed limit sign. I take that as a challenge. I'd be like 65. Nope. I bet you I would do that. Definitely, I would do it. Chat. You ever put Google directions like to get home, and Google tells you what time you're gonna be home, and you're like, nope, I can definitely beat that. I take all of that shit as a challenge. There's no in between. No, there's no speed limit. It's either 100 or we're standing. To Uber Eats, it's my goal the entire time to be thick. So the entire day is revolved around you being faster than the computer thinks you will be. You just want to prove your GPS wrong. It's underestimating you. Thought Cali was, well, you can't speed in Cali. Like once you get on the highway, what is it, the 405 in Cali or something like that? Like that's it, you're standing. You might as well park. Beating the GPS is human nature. Well, yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll fucking start swinging at it. It's human nature. It's in my nature to just swing at it. Alright, well, we created a high, created a steeper top wick on the 15. Now we're having a little celery play. There goes, there's the celery play. Is that off the 4 hour? That is, I'm sorry, that was a 4 hour close, gang. The 4 hour close. Ooh, if this freaking flips bullish. I doubt it will, because that's the daily. Filling the wick, but man. This is good. This is good. Let it push. Let it push. Let's tap support here. Let's get some kind of volume. That's tough though. That hourly closed. See, it didn't close below anything. It closed at this little area within the range. So, but this is the first indication of volume that we're having. Yeah, we wouldn't be in here only if we had that top wick, because the only entry here is off the daily. That's it. And I'm not entering that off the daily expecting a steeper top wick. I would have to get some closures on the smaller time frame first. Why Floridians don't use turning signals? It's one of the useless things in Florida. There's 3 useless things in Florida: turning signals, your side view mirrors, and stop signs. Those 3 things, they're outdated. They're irrelevant in Florida. We don't use them. They're optional. They're optional. Your side view mirrors, the stop signs, right? They're all optional in Florida. And the turning signals. And English. Hundreds average on 95. I think that's minimum. That's the minimum on 95. How much was this push? What did I give you? 14. Wow. That is a nice bottom wick on the 4 hour. Okay, I'm gonna have a buy on the break of the high of this candle. This is more based on the 4 hours. We've tapped this support. I think if we break the high, I'm gonna fill the range up. So I'm gonna have a buy stop right here. The break of the high. Actually, hold on, gang. Let this 5 close. Delete it for now. Let this 5 first close bullish, and then we'll do that. Because I want this to be the next 5. Thing is, this 5 can still flip bearish, but if we can survive for a minute and a half, close bullish, and if the next 5 does that, I'll be cool with it. There's a chance it pulls up here now, but I don't want it to pull up and then flip bearish on this 5. So if we're able to get a 5 bullish closure here, then you want the next 5 bottom wick and a drive up, and as soon as the 4-hour breaks, then that's what we're looking at. Right, so you want this closure first, and then you want a bottom wick on the next 5, and that drive, and then you'll have entries over here. Less than a minute here. Seconds here. Okay, so the 5 closed bullish here. We're coming up for a bottom wick, or coming down for a bottom wick. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna have a buy stop right here. It did what we wanted it to do. Right, we got a bullish 5 closure there. We got a bottom wick on the 5. You want this to be the candle that comes up. Big spreads, they're alright. I just believe if this 4-hour at this point flips, it's going to fill that wick up. Make sure you're also accounting for spread on buys. It's got to happen in these next 2 minutes. My spread's at 2. 2 flat right now. Now if this doesn't flip on this 15 candle, that means this 15 will close bearish, and we will delete this and we will reevaluate. Alright gang, 1 minute to go here. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get rid of these buy stops. We're gonna wait for this 15 to close here in 45 seconds and reevaluate, because if it flips now, obviously it's not gonna drive on this 15. 40 seconds here. If it flips now, it'll probably close like a leg candle, right? With a big bottom wick, small bullish body, probably no top wick, and it'll come back down in range. So let's wait for this 15. 30 still open. Let's see if we can get a top wick and fill this range down. Although you'd need it to close below here first. And it does. So below 13.8. Okay, so we get a top wick to 14.8, we'll set a sell stop. If we don't, then we don't set a sell stop, and I would just watch this drive. Because there's a level here on the 15, but it's minor, and if we get the higher time frame resistance tap, which is 14.8 right here, if we can get that higher time frame resistance tap, then I'd be more confident in the market driving down here. It can still do that. I'm just wouldn't be as comfortable in that position without tapping that resistance, so I'd rather watch it drive down. Rangers need to get something going here. Slower to every puck. Getting outworked here. Getting outworked. How do you account for spread? Well, you see what your spread is and you open positions past spread, but you only do that on buys. That's a good shot. Just got to get it on net. Icing? No icing. Can't see your notifications on Discord anymore? What do you mean? I think you manage notifications. You don't see the link to the stream anymore, probably, because it doesn't come up in announcements anymore, right? No, the link to my stream doesn't come up in announcements. Why? I don't know. I got nothing to do with that. There's an announcements manager who deals with that. Rangers got a power play, but they got to do something. Pushing. We scored? Bang! Goal! Yo, high fives, everybody. High fives all around. Yeah, the Celtics won by fucking 25. That's crazy. But the Rangers just tied the game. It's a power play goal! Quit playing with them. Now they gotta keep this momentum going. You see, their goalie is not as good as the Rangers goalie. Who scored? Was that Kreider? Yeah, Chris Kreider. He's the all-time leading goal scorer for the Rangers in the playoffs. It's all about the mighty Duck. Fuck the Ducks. Quack, quack. Affleck. The mighty Ducks. What was the triangle formation called? What was that called? Wow. Tap that support. What's it gonna do? Is it coming up to the top of the range here? Is the 4 hour gonna flip here finally? The V formation, yeah. Knuckle puck time. How come they don't do that shit in real life? The flying V. Probably because this shit don't work. Yo, that Domino's commercial is wild. They got people eating pizza in the commercial with a fork. Bruh, you're Domino's. Why the fuck is your commercial showing people eating pizza with a fork? Damn. New York style? In New York style, that's not New York. New York style is folded in half. Nobody in New York goes to the pizzeria and eats that shit with a fork. And only at, like, Grimaldi's. That's it. That's crazy. Like, maybe Ruth Chris, right? But not fucking Domino's. Like, you go to Ruth Chris, yeah, maybe if they make you a pizza, then you could eat it with a fork. Not fucking with no Papa John's or Domino's. Why not? I gotta be honest with you. Like, out of all of the the fast food pizza, I think Domino's makes the best crust. It's really all about the crust. We don't trade double bottoms here. Just support, probably. You want to look for a closure there. Pineapple is the question. Definitely no pineapples on pizza. No. Under no circumstances should there be fruit on pizza. You can sprinkle a little bit of olive if you want. I mean, the only fruit that's on pizza is the tomato. That's it. The tomato or the tomato sauce, that should be the only fruit on pizza. Everything else, meat or vegetable. Chicken bacon. I get, you know what, lately I've liked the buffalo chicken. Buffalo chicken pizza. I think the last one I had was Papa John's. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of Papa John's, but I think the last buffalo chicken pizza was... You feel okay with pineapples? You see, that's the problem, that you're just okay with it. I'm not trying to settle down for an okay pizza. If I'm having pizza and it's already a cheat meal, that shit better be delicious. It better be my cheat meal, the cheat meal that I want. And that shit better not have no pineapples on no damn pizza with cheese. Thing is, you guys eat pizza just to eat, right? Just, oh, it's so fun. I have pizza, or I'll get 2 pies, or just have fun. Just eat lots of pizza tonight. Stop doing that shit. Food is not pleasure. Food should be consumed for fuel, right? To fuel your body. Use other shit for pleasure, right? Get yourself a little leather fucking whip. Get yourself one of those fucking, you know, gag balls and a fucking strap on and go enjoy yourself, right? But don't use food for pleasure. Food should be used as fuel. If you're using it for pleasure, you're gonna get way out of shape. Yeah, anytime somebody orders a pineapple pizza to my house, I leave it outside. Like, if somebody's getting Hawaiian, like, if there's like 10 pies coming, like, if there's a party, a kid's party, and some asshole gets a Hawaiian, I'll leave that pie outside. I swear. I bring everything in. The pepperoni goes right on the table, everything. And then they're like, where's the Hawaiian? We ordered that. I don't know. Check outside. Maybe the guy forgot to bring it in. I don't know. Why would he forget to bring it in? Then you look outside and the shit's like splattered all over the front yard. They're like, oh shit. It just got real. I'd leave, yo, you bring pineapple pizza to my house, it's staying at the front yard. I mean, you could bring it inside, but if I notice, you better run, goddammit. I've never seen anyone eating pineapple pizza. No. I've seen people eating a pineapple pizza. I've never seen anyone truly enjoy it. Like they do it for the, you do it for the gram or for the people around them, right? It's like smoking. You just want to seem cool. Staten Island here? Damn. Staten Island's crazy because you got to pay to get off and to get back home. How much is the Verrazano? Verrazano's like $25. That's crazy. Like you want to go into Brooklyn? $25. Damn. You just live in Staten Island, you don't even want to leave. Just, I'm not going nowhere. I'm just going to ride up and down Highland Boulevard, and that's it. You get a discount. You can't live in Staten Island and be like a social person. You can't host like no one, like if your friends are in New York and Brooklyn or not in Staten Island, no one's coming to see you. No one is paying $25 every single time to come over your house just to pay for, you know. Nobody. Like, yo, you want to come over? Bro, that shit's $25. The entry to your fucking driveway is $25. Drop the prices, bro. Rangers with another power play. Let's go. 10 minutes to go. So we're rejecting here, but we're still, every candle so far is printed bearish. Even the 15, only the 5, right? Ooh, 5's got a little head and shoulder. Friendless word. Nice cheap houses though, relative to every other borough. Yeah, I just told you why. You got to be an introvert to live in Staten Island. You like med, wid, or I'm not sure what you're talking about. We appreciate you. I appreciate you guys as well. Staten Island should be part of New Jersey, not New York. No, Staten Island should be free to get to. Because nobody wants to go to Staten Island. 95% of the people that go to Staten Island are passing through on their way to Jersey. Like nobody, like people most of the time are going from Jersey to like Brooklyn or Queens or right? And like that's why they use Staten Island. You guys are just used for your convenience of like roadways. That's it. Nobody really goes to Staten Island. And people from New York, like when they go to Jersey, they got to go through Staten Island, right? Or through the city. So they go through Staten Island because the convenience factor. Nobody really goes to Staten Island to stay in Staten Island. They just drive through. Thought I was going to get banned for saying weed. What do you mean? Should have just lit one. Oh, how you shoot that over the net? Oh, we had a chance, man. He shot that over the net. You drink beer? Nah. No. I'm not a big drinker. I'm a big smoker. I'm a little drinker. Pushing, huh? What the fuck? We pushing. Can we pull back? Can we? That was a 30, right? The 30 just pushed here. No top hook, nothing. Just came down. Can we pull back a little on the 5 here? In that and got slipped. Auto-filled. Futures is the new wave. Damn. Baby Hank is on one. 30 seconds here. Let's see if we can get a top wick. Let's see if we get a bottom wick. This fucker needs to pull back if we're gonna have positions. Four, three, two, one. Nope. No bottom wick on that 5. We wait. We wait for the 15. Let me see if the saxophone guy is still there. That's the real hero tonight. No more FOMO. No more FOMO. What are you looking for? What are you waiting for? I'm either looking for us to start driving back up in range or leave a bottom wick and a top wick on the next 15 so we can fill this range down. In a rare instance, 5-minute impulse entries win. W. Oh, W. So that daily really pushed, huh? Filled the daily wick. Interesting area. We've also pulled up from this area before. We look at this. Came down. Tapped this area. Came all the way back up. So can we come all the way back up into this area? We'll see right now. Move up would be very nice, yeah, but I just think it's too soon. I think it would have to retest the lows and then start coming back up. Look at that 5 flip. You like medical or street weed? I mean, I like California bud. Like if it comes from Cali. Like, and I'll pick it out, right? But typically, like if I go here, I think the dispensary weed, it's good because there's quality control, right? If I'm getting off a dude on the street, there's like, it could be whatever. But like if I get from my guy, obviously he knows what I like, right? So he just won't even bother with garbage. But like the quality control of, you know, getting stuff through like an official place, because like you can get the same, you like something, you get that same thing over and over and over and over, right? Because like it's just, you can go get the same exact thing. You know, when you're getting it from your dude that you always see, then like it just depends on your dealer. But overall, I get my best experiences are with Cali bud. Shit that I can get from Cali. You have a guy? Yeah, I got people that like FedEx overnight shit from Cali. But if it's something you do, hey. What is that? What was that? That's from Cali? No? Oh, medical. I will say that, yeah, Joey. I think 710 Labs is probably the best dispensary I've been to. Or it makes, like, product-wise, I like their products the best. 710 Labs is fucking killer. They just opened a dispensary here, I think, in, like, West Palm or something. Another 5. I'm waiting on this 15, gang. Sour diesel gets you in handcuffs. Sometimes they're pink and fluffy. But you ain't wrong. Hey, Josh. Josh Chops. Send some products. Send some over. Stay drug free? I am. Are you trying to insinuate? Are you insinuating that marijuana is a drug? Be careful. Got arrested in Brooklyn over a fucking eighth of diesel, 2015. I got locked up in Brooklyn over a clip of a joint that I tossed, and there was nothing there except the filter. And like, I tossed it, I walked down the block, and all I hear is, "Hey you!" And I turn around, and some dude was standing there holding this, going like, "What the fuck is this?" And I got locked up for that. For this is New York, like early 2000s, right? Like it was very different. So he was littering. You know what's funny? I used to work in a bank, right? And like I did financial consulting for a bank, and like I walked out of the bank and my car was in the shop, so I was walking home in a suit and tie and everything and smoking that joint, and I tossed it. I got locked up, and one of the clients that invest with me, their son was locked up. He was in a paddy wagon, and I get in there and he's like, "I know you, you're the bank guy." It was the funniest shit ever. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, my parents come see you at the bank." I was like, "Yeah." And then the same cop saw me. They tried to lock me up again, and they saw me like a year later, and he was like, "Oh, yo, you remember the guy? That's the suit." Because when they locked me up first time, I was in a suit and tie and everything. And the cop was like, "Yo, you remember him?" To his partner. He's like, "That's the suit." Yeah. All right, 15 closing here in 40 seconds. Filled the range back up. This get interesting here, depending on the top wick that we get here. There's room to fill the range down, but we need a top wick here in 15 seconds, and we need that top wick to 13.3 at the very least. So the 15 close, you close below here, but I need a top wick here before I can think about filling this range down. Otherwise, it's just a trickle up. Ideally, you want to see this because you want to see a few 5-minute candles print, right? So you want to see this next 5 push up, right? And the next 5 come back down, right? Think about this, and this is what would create that top wick. It would be a fake out on the 5, but it would create a top wick on the 15, and then you do this, and this is your 15 flipping here. All like these 3 candles on these 3 5-minute candles is just your, right, your 115 candle that would look like this. They locked you because of littering? No, because it was weed. So they had to let me go out of the pre. They gave me a DAT, which is a desk appearance ticket. So when you get locked up into like the precinct, the cops have a choice. They can either take you to bookings, or they can let you out of the precinct and give you a ticket to appear before a judge. So anything minor, right? It was like a desk appearance ticket, and like that shit was like they had no evidence of nothing. It was just paper. It was clear. I already smoked the joint. It was just a filter, just paper. So they gave me a desk appearance ticket. I went before a judge, and the judge dismissed it. But I'm talking about we're talking like 20, 25 years ago. No, I'm sorry. I worked in the bank. My job in the bank was 17 years ago. Yeah, 17 years ago, 2007. How old are you? Man, I'm from the 1900s, bro. What a save! Yo! Shesterkin just saved the game for the Rangers. 1 minute to go. Rangers are on a power play, and Carolina almost scored. Yeah, this game's about to go to overtime. Rangers are on a power play. I don't know what they're doing in their own zone right now with a minute to go. You're fucking joking right now. They switched over to Dallas with a minute to go in the Rangers game. You guys are fucking kidding me? Where'd they do that at? Yo, how the fuck did they just do that? It's crazy. Oh, fuck. We almost had a goal. 8 seconds to go. Damn. They strip search you? Yeah. Spread your cheeks and lift your sack. There's easier ways of telling who I am. Where's that from? Nah, you know what they do? Like, when you get caught, like, for drug offenses, you go into the precinct, they take you to the bathroom, they tell you, you strip, and then they tell you to squat, right? So if you're hiding it, you strip, and then you squat. And then if you're hiding something, it'll fall out. Mr. Chappelle, why didn't you just... Oh, yes, Chappelle, Dave Chappelle, that's where it was. Spread your cheeks and lift your sack. Sorry, officer. I didn't know I couldn't do that. You ain't a real New Yorker if you never had cuffs on? I guess you don't really know the culture if you haven't had cuffs on. True. Did you deny smoking to the judge because no evidence? No, the judge, you know how it was? The judge said, he looked at it, he read my offense. And it wasn't even me, like, so here's how it was. When I walked into court, there must have been like 20 or 30 people for like weed violations, right? Smoking a joint or whatever. And the judge read the violation and then to whoever was in front of me, and he was like, and he read the number to it, and then he was like, anyone else here with that violation? And I looked around, it was like 30 people raised their hand. Everyone's in there for smoking weed. So the judge was like, all right, everyone with this violation is dismissed today. And he just dismissed every single person that had like a ticket for weed. And then it was just, that was it. I never even got in front of him. It was just like, everybody with this number dismissed. It was bullshit, yeah. Like, but there's other people with like a little more serious, but still, like, it was, you know, for smoking weed. Just Dr. Handles, best urologist. Nah, I honestly, if you ever heard of Edward Scissorhands? I think he's up there. He's up there on that list. Four-hour course for weed? I got hit with a 12-hour course for reckless driving. That's the worst, because you can't chat. I got forced to take a 12-hour course for like, I got a reckless driving ticket, and I might have been on the news that day, because when they pulled me over, it looked like the entire fucking Florida Highway Patrol, like 40 cars. The guy told me he was chasing me for like 15 exits, and I had no idea. Me, I'm over here just doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I get off the exit, pull over, not pull over. I get off the exit, stop on a light, make the turn, and on my first turn, like 40 cop cars surround me, and they run me out of the car, and the dude's like, "Why are you running? Why?" I'm like, I don't even have a clue what the fuck you talking about. But I realized I was doing like a $120 on the highway right before I got off the exit, and he's like, "Why are you running?" It turns out he was behind me for like 15 exits trying to catch up, and he couldn't, because I was just weaving through traffic. I didn't see the cop behind me. So at the end of it all, he called for backup. I'm like to the dude, I'm like, "So is he locking me up? Because then I gotta park the car." And he was like, "Look, man, I think you're gonna wish he locked you up, because the tickets he's writing you out right now are gonna cost you like way more than if he just locked you up." And he wrote me out a whole bunch of tickets. One of those was reckless driving. So what I did, like, you got to take the course, right? You got to take a 12-hour course. The judge tells you to do that, and I took a 12-hour course. And the thing with the course is you can't like, you can take it online, but you can't skip it. Like, every question, like if you answer the question, you got to sit there the entire time. You get like a minute per question, And if you don't sit there that whole minute, like you got to answer it and let it sit. And when that minute's over, you got to actually click, all right, I'm done with it. So you have to be there every single minute. So there's no way to just like, oh, just skim through it or sit through it. It was the funniest shit. The guy's like, why are you running? I'm like, I'm just making a turn right here. It's a right turn, red light. You could turn right. He's like, I don't. It's like, that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. I've been behind you for 15 exits. This is wild. You're an ex-criminal? Yeah, I'd be speeding on the highway. And, what is that called? Fuck, what was the other word for criminal? And don't say politician. OKC. You slap a disabled person once too? No. But that doesn't mean that a disabled person can't give you a reason to fucking push him off a wheelchair. They'll give you a reason. Disabled people can give you a lot of reasons. Why didn't the police use siren? They probably did. I just didn't see them. The hourly's closing here. Got a lovely wick. You're on the same ship. Yeah, I appreciate that, Yan. I want to get better too. I've been feeling like shit. If you guys can't even see, I got like cold sweats running down my forehead and shit. Just yeah, your next support's 2303 area. Yeah, I would have it there. This is minor. I think 2303 is better. But there's a level here, obviously, you can see play at, but 2303 the overall. Next 4 hour closes for me at 1 a.m. Okay, so give me 1 second, gang. That's a nice 1 hour closure. I'm just looking to see if we need a wick here or not, and where we would need it. I think because the 4 hour doesn't have a top wick, we'd need a top wick here. Excuse me, I blow my nose. All right, we just closed here on the hourly. I would say this white line at the very minimum for a top wick, and I'll have a sell stop. My issue is this 4 hour. If we had a bearish 4 hour, or if this 4 hour had a top wick, we would probably be in a top wick entry here as it's coming up. This might be it. That might be the rejection. But since the 4 hour doesn't have a top wick, we can just start to drive up from here back into the range and slowly trickle up, right? So the key will be to tap 2308 and then flip bearish. But if it does that right now, and if it breaks the lows of the previous candle, I'll call it a stream. Mate's mom's ex was considered highly dangerous to police. One night I was at his house. Cops barged through the door with assault rifles because they accidentally... How do you accidentally run from cops and make it home? How do you accidentally run and get away? Like, I accidentally was driving, didn't notice them, but I wasn't trying to get away. They just... How do you accidentally run and get away without ever knowing you were running and getting away? That's wild. Core memory. That's dope. It's funny, one of the people that used to work for me was on an episode of Cops. So that's funny. This girl, she used to be a manager at one of my places, one of the businesses that I own, and like she was legit on like a 2004 episode of Cops. It was funny as hell. Like, she was in a car with some people that were running. Excuse me. Yeah, it was hilarious when she told me. She was like, "Oh, I've been on that show before," because I remember we were talking about. All right, we've just tapped this area, so I'm gonna have a sell stop here on the break of the low. Right, tap that area, so the sell stop is here. It's got to happen on this 15. If it doesn't happen on this 15 and it closes bullish and back in range, back above 2308.68, I'll call it a stream. If this 4 hour had a top wick, we would be taking a sell at this top wick. I think, how many pips is that? Because I think... yeah, that would have been like 15 pips just for the flip. Problem is the probability of it driving off that top wick goes down. once we realize we don't have a top wick on the 4 hour. There's still a chance we come up and make it. This overtime is going to be crazy right now with the Rangers. What about getting support and drawing back up? Fine, but it has to establish a support, right? Everything's closed bearish on every time frame, right? 1 hour just closed bearish, 30 closed bearish, previous 15 is bearish, the 5 this 5 just closed back up in range, but the 5 was bearish before. So for us to find a support here, you'd have to not get a lot more than just the 5 closure. The 5 bullish closure is your initial step. Then you also need the 15 closing bullish. Then you also, after that, probably need a 30. Then you probably need a bottom wick and a drive up. So let's see. Once it flips, should drive down. I just don't know if it flips or the manner in which it will flip. Because if you could get that, right, you can get that flip. But if the 15 closes bullish here, right, like let's say this is your closure in 8 minutes, you can come down, break that low. It's possible. And it'll flip on the 15. But that previous 15 closed bullish, there's a chance that this happens after breaking the low here. So you really want that to happen. Either you want that break of the low on this 15 without closing bullish back in range on the smaller time frame. Might get activated here pretty soon. So I guess that was a good entry here, right? Off that white line. That would have been good. We would be break even now, but the problem was the fact that we didn't. It's actually on the break of the lows here. Problem was the fact that we didn't have that top wick on the 4 hour. Can we break the low? Almost. 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 I'll let you know when I'm activated, chat. 2307.269. I'm not activated yet. Never broke the lows. Got close. Got like right on it. Buy or sell? I have a sell stop. 2307.269. I'd be happier if it activated on the next 5, not this 5, but still. We'll see. We'll see. fool went face first into the wall. I missed it. I missed it. Move self stop slightly lower. No, I didn't move him slightly lower. No, I have him in the same spot. He got close, just never quite there. On this 5, this is good enough. Wow, what a save. Yo, the Rangers are messing around too much. Damn, what happened? Eddie got fucking fans? Eddie got a fan club. How long's the season? We're in the playoffs right now. It was an odd man rush for the Rangers, though. I don't know how they stopped that when the Rangers had an odd man rush. It sucks. Activates, right? We got what we wanted. We got that 15 closing bearish before this 15. This 15 came up, made a top wick. So we wanted all of this. What's the play called in the playbook? It's just a closure below range. That's all it is. Closure below range, top wick created. Hold on a second, gang. Hold on a second. Sorry, I was saying I'm muted. I don't know if you guys heard me. You don't want this 15 closing bullish. You definitely don't want it to close above 08.68. But if this 5 doesn't flip here right now, create stop wick and start running, then the 15 closes bullish. And if it closes above 0868, I'll call it a stream. 25 seconds here. Let's see how it closes. If it closes below, I'll stay on maybe for another 5-10 minutes to see if we can get this sell. But if it closes like it is right now above this yellow line, right, then it looks like it's coming back up in range. And if it's coming back up in range, it's not really my setup. Yeah, it closed bullish back up above on the 15. So what I'm going to do here is delete this sell stop, because now you need more things to happen. Now you need to break the highs, which you're doing right now, which is good. You need to break the previous candle high. Wow, this fucking team, yo. That should have been icing too. Damn. Okay, the good thing is it created a top wick. Is that it? Is it going to come down now? Yeah, I'm going to have a sell stop again here on this 30. The 30 created a top wick. Right? This next 15 created that next top wick. So, why would it break the low to break the high? If this thing re-breaks its own high again, we're calling it. What's over here? What is it tapping? This thing just does not want to come down here. One, two, three, four. This is 5 straight candles side by side. Eddie just gave you a timeout for nothing? Well, it's for something. You're probably spamming. If you're spamming, you get a timeout. There's no, it's very rare that you'll get timed out for nothing. Wow, this is ugly. How did that 5? How many times did it try to break this low? Just keeps pulling back up. Used to happen to me in downstream all the time. Yeah, I mean, it's either friendly fire sometimes. Sometimes it's not on purpose. Sometimes you'll get like, a misunderstanding. But a lot of times mods are pretty good. Like if you're spamming, even if it's like normal shit, just don't spam. Or if you're like out of pocket, okay? Or if you're talking, you know, if you're trolling the mods, I mean, don't bite the hand that feeds, right? If the mods got the power, probably shouldn't troll them. Yeah, look at this. This pulled back up. Yeah, gang, I'm gonna delete the sell stop. I'm gonna call it a session. This isn't ideally how I wanted price action to work out on the smaller time frame. Looks like the 15 is gonna push back up, create a steeper top wick for the 30 and the hourly, even if it even flips. Oh, Rangers are short-handed. They gotta survive this. This is overtime. Get that puck out. Alright, gang. I'm going to go watch the Rangers play in overtime. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be live. Oh, live. I'll be in the clubhouse in the morning. So if I have any positions in the AM, just like today in the morning, I'll post them in there. But you guys already know, tomorrow's hump day. Hump day! Right, so tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll continue the fun tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, live here on YouTube, just as we do every single weekday. Before you dip, drop a like here. I know you guys forget a lot of times, so make sure you drop a like to the stream. Make sure you sub to the channel, turn on your notifications so you know when we're live here. But we will be live 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening, right here on the YouTubes. Okay, gang. Oh, and make sure you go follow the IG. The IG is key. Go follow that. All right, gang. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. Mods, as always, I really appreciate all of you. And Zoom gang, I'll see you guys in the clubhouse chats. All right, as for me, that's my time. And just like that, gang, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.